Joining me today is Bea Wolfe out of Hinsdale, Illinois. It's my privilege to recognize Bea out of an audience of more than 50,000 agents nationwide. Bea has been selected to represent Broker Agent Advisor as this month's Broker Agent of the Month for the entire state of Illinois. And Bea, I want to tell you congratulations on the recognition, and I really appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you so much. That's really humbling to being recognized. Thank you.
Well, it's this recognition program is all about trying to identify the great men and women in this business, and you were an easy pick. And it's my hope for those that get a chance to see this video just to get a sense for who you are and maybe a little bit about why you were selected. And I thought we would just explore a few questions together. I want to start with the topic of real estate, Bea. You've done lots of things professionally. How and why did you become a realtor?
Why and when? Actually, it's really funny. I'm from Hungary, and 20 years ago, my first ever job when I finished my university, I became a real estate agent. And I worked a couple of years in that position. I worked with international investors. I really enjoyed. It was really busy. I had to hustle, but I was young. I enjoyed to interact with new people, like meeting people from all around the world. And because of that job, I really felt like I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm really good to meet new people, to feel what they want, and I really enjoyed being a real estate agent. But life changed. I changed jobs, and I worked for different international companies for a couple of years. And life did the full circle last year when I became again a real estate agent, but not in Europe, not in Hungary, in the US.
So life caused you to move to the US, and obviously you explored the idea of getting into real estate. And like you said, you've now been doing it for over a year. And it's interesting, Bea, I think a lot of people here in the States from the outside looking in, they look at real estate agents as a group that have a relatively easy job and everybody finds huge success. And, everybody makes a ton of money. And the reality is the facts are that that's not the case. This is a very hard business. Here you are moving in from another country, trying to get, acclimated to a new environment and kind of exploring your fondness for real estate. And so talk to me a little bit about what you find most rewarding about it. What fuels you about this business?
So as you said, it's really difficult for me, especially because I'm coming from a different country. I don't have a sphere of influence. I can just reach out to my college friends or my anybody, no friends, no relatives lives here in Illinois or in the US for me. And to start from the bottom, how difficult especially we moved in the middle of pandemic. So it was not an easy either way, just to start from scratch and build something when you are in the middle of pandemic. And I have my sphere of influence, my two neighbors and my husband. So good luck doing real estate. And additional that, when I moved here, then I realized how difficult market I moved. We moved to Hinsdale because of my husband. He's working in Downers Grove, and we choose to live in Hinsdale. But I already decided way back then, I want to become a realtor when I land here in US. So it was not a question what I'm going to do, but how I'm going to do, how I'm going to set myself up and running with this environment. Where we live in Hinsdale, we have 17,000 people. Out of 17,000 people, 1,400 realtors. And when I realized that this is a cutthroat market, this is not like, oh, I'm just going to do deals after deals. It's like crazy.
Very competitive, right?
Really competitive. And I love to work. I'm a hard worker. So I wasn't surprised I have to work hard because I was prepared for that. But to realize what's the environment I need to, up and going, keep and going, it's like crazy. But what makes, like who I am, I'm a hard worker, I'm a fast learner. So I just put my head down, I learn as fast, and I'm still learning. I'm in a learning curve, of course, but I try to gather as much information about the area, about the community, about everything, just to get a client, just to get buyers, sellers. And everybody told me, oh, you know, if the first year you're not making deals, that's fine, you know, because you are new to the market, you don't have a sphere of influence to reach out. So give yourself 12 months and you will see results. And I was like, 12 months? That's not me. I need to, you know, I need to achieve something. So I joined at Properties, and the first week I did the 800,000 deal, and they were like, what's happening here? And I just kept going, kept doing it. I realized I need to market myself and I need to differentiate myself. If I will be the 1,456 agent and I'm not doing anything different, I'm not going to make it. And so I keep working on that, how to differentiate myself, how to market myself. And in this tough market, it's challenging, but it's rewarding. And why is, back to your question, why is rewarding? Because when I work with clients and I see their face when we find the right first home for them, or when I sell a house, they live there 65 years. My last client, I just listed their house, and they lived there 65 years. That was their forever home. They never moved out. And I told them, I will make the most money out of that house for you guys because you deserve it. So I'm not looking my interest, I'm looking always my clients. And if I make them happy, I'm happy.
I've recognized there's an element of compassion that's consistent across those that find a way to differentiate themselves. I say it all the time, Bea. The shortest distance between two people is trust. So we've got to go out and be someone that people can trust and take great care of them. I found a testimonial of yours online and I wanted to read it because I think it supports what you just said in terms of what's important to you. And I think in a video like this, which is a celebration of Bea, it's good to hear how the client described the experience. This one said, Bea is an amazing agent. She helped our family relocate from St. Louis to Chicago to find a perfect fit for our family. She's very knowledgeable about both the real estate market and the Chicagoland area. And her connections reach into many parts of the industry, which helps beyond the closing process as we've settled into our new home. Most importantly, she listens to your needs and interests. She works extremely hard to make things happen and has built a close friendship with us beyond the real estate process. I would highly recommend Bea for anyone looking to purchase or sell a home in the Chicagoland area. Like, that supports what you've just described as rewarding to you. And so not only are you valuable to your clients, but they're valuable to you in return because you get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to play that role for them and play it well. Congrats on the kind words.
Thank you. Yeah, when I first received my review, I didn't know how powerful is that, because back the day when like 20 years ago, I never received I received feedback, but not like written, review. Yeah. So when I got my first, I read it and I was crying. I was like crying. I showed to my husband, look at this, how nice. So it's really touching me because I give everything, like I'm all in and more when it becomes, how can I support my client? And the person wrote that review, we are like best friends. We meet every week, we hang out together with our kids. So yeah, I feel like I'm more attached to my clients as a friend than a client and broker relationship. And I'm so humbled and happy I have this kind of friendship now, because otherwise I will be lonely here.
Well, it's interesting that your job, right, is providing you an opportunity to make friends and find people that you have things in common with. And what I hope people discover in this video is that you're a real asset for people, and they're lucky to have you as someone that will represent them and care greatly for them. Talk to me a little bit about Hinsdale, Illinois. You could do this job anywhere. What makes Hinsdale such a great place to live, work, and play?
So we choose Hinsdale without being here. We were in Switzerland. We relocated from Switzerland 2 years ago. And my husband had to move because of the job. And we was like, okay, let's see if we like any properties. and close to his work. So they recommended us Naperville and Hinsdale. We chose Hinsdale, and I'm so glad we chose Hinsdale, because the community is much smaller than other like Naperville. We have a cute little downtown. We have all the cute restaurants. We are not far from downtown Chicago, which makes more appealing for us to live here, but at the same time in 20 minutes commute and we are in downtown Chicago. There's so much happening down there. We just love the suburbs. We love the people here, the families, raising kids. It was really important for us to have a really good school district for our kids. And we just live like a walking distance from the school. So for us, makes Hinsdale beautiful and really welcoming is the people who welcome us, and they just try to help, settling down, and that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I feel like when there's a sense of community and we feel like we've got people we can lean into when we need help, it makes where we live so much more of an enjoyable place to be. And it sounds great. Everybody knows Chicago, but I don't know that much about the suburban markets. Before I let you go, Bea, I want to put you on the hot seat for a second. You now have experience in real estate in different countries. And what you described as far as Hinsdale and the amount of competition you have, that exists everywhere in the US. This is a very, very competitive industry, but I think you've been in it long enough to kind of identify what your strengths are and how you'll find success in this business. If you were to give one piece of advice based on what you've learned to appear in this business, what would that one piece of advice be?
So my advice would be to the ones really enjoying to be a broker or being a realtor. If you love what you do, just never give up. Just keep pushing, because the result will come. And I learned it from my father. He passed away 20 years ago, but he always told me that when you start something, you finish something, and you never give up. And that's my belief. And this is how I work hard.
Yeah, I think this business requires some grit and some perseverance. And I am not surprised at all that you're having success. It's a privilege for me, Bea, to share these few minutes with you and provide you an opportunity to be seen and to shine a light on you for the way you approach this business. And like I said, this industry is lucky to have you. I want to congratulate you again on the recognition, and I hope you have nothing but huge success in the rest of your journey.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thank you.